Hey MVPs, RicoKnows here. Going to talk to you guys about the win totals in the SEC for the season. Obviously, this is a futures bet. Trying to predict the future is always difficult. But if we got anything right this offseason, it was the SEC. Shout out to me. And this is in regards to how Vegas is reacting with their spreads and their lines. And for you MVPs who watch the win totals videos all off season, you know what I'm talking about. I made videos on every single team in America in the Power Four. I told you the win totals for the upcoming season. And then we've had the whole off season to let it marinate. And here we are. So if you want to see those old videos on Patreon or YouTube, you go to the College Futures Bets playlist or the Win Totals playlist. You can search for different team names. You can do a number of things to see the videos. But if I can sum them all up here in this one video, I'll tell you this. The Vegas has not changed a whole lot when it comes to the win totals in the SEC. You see these numbers in parentheses on the chart right here? That means Vegas changed the win total. And they went crazy and changed all the win totals in the Big Ten from when I made the videos and talked. But with the SEC, they haven't changed. I mean, they changed two teams since I made the videos, 3 teams. They changed Tennessee, Florida, and Arkansas, and that's it. Tennessee, Florida, and Arkansas. Now they've changed odds in our favor. If you made the bets early, if you made the bets when I posted the videos, you should be feeling pretty good right now. Okay, so I'm going to talk about it real quick. The first video I ever made for the SEC was Alabama. I told you I'm on the under at 9.5. After looking them over, they probably do win 10 games, but it's a lean either way, and I think I'll just stay there and say they falter at some point. Now, I'm basing this on corner play and the lack of having a dominant defense like you would anticipate Alabama having. That being said, I think when you lose the greatest coach of all time, there's got to be some consequences for it. I'll talk about it on the podcast today. But the bet right underneath it, the one with the green highlight, the underline, the italic, it was the very first video I made screaming and yelling at you guys on Patreon. Go make this bet, go make this bet, go make this bet. It was at a minus 115. Today it's at a minus 200. So it's going to be pretty difficult for me to confidently tell you go make this bet, but I still feel the same way. Vanderbilt at 2.5 wins. I'm on the over, and I said go bet 10 units. I underlined it. If you want to see the video, go to Patreon, search Vanderbilt, go to YouTube, search for the win totals playlist, and go all the way back. And you will see I made this video about Vanderbilt, and I think I made it back in like March, April, somewhere around there, screaming and yelling, please guys, go bet 10 units on this because you're going to win. I put $1,000. That's 10 units for me. I put $1,000 on Vanderbilt to win 3 games. The reality is they have a path to win 3 games. Some people found a sports book that had Vanderbilt at 0.5 wins, meaning they only had to win 1 game. Yes, they look terrible. Yes, I evaluated them, and they ranked 82nd in the country when I evaluated them, talent-wise. 82nd. The teams I have them beating are lower than them. Like, they're going to win 3 games. They're going to win 3 games. One of the teams they play is Ball State. They're going to beat the shit out of Ball State. Oh, man, it feels good. So, yeah, Vegas found out, oh, my God, we put this wrong, and they went and made it a minus 200. So, that's crazy, by the way, on a futures bet to see a minus 200. It's a nuts. I don't know if you can make the bet anymore at minus 200. I don't know if it's worth it, just so we're clear. All right, but moving on to the rest of the SEC. Let me put it in the picture here. And we're obviously going alphabetical, and we'll go to the sports books. I already did Alabama and Vanderbilt. So when you go alphabetical and you look at these team names, and sorry if you guys can't read them on your screen, obviously Alabama hasn't changed. That's fine. Arkansas. When I look at Arkansas, I initially said under. It started at 5.5. I was 100% right because the books have moved it to 4.5. And now they have it at plus 100. I am still on Arkansas winning 4 games or less. Yes, they're going to beat UAB and Arkansas Pine Bluff. But I don't have them beating Auburn or Oklahoma State. I don't have them winning here. I have them beating Mississippi State, so that's 3 wins, and beating La Tech, that's 4 wins. I can't see Arkansas winning any of these other games, at least not according to my assessment of their talent. Arkansas wins 4 games, fires their head coach. Wins 4 games. At Mississippi State, La Tech, UAB, Arkansas Pine Bluff, and that's it. If you think they're beating Oklahoma State on the road, then go bet the over, bro. But I'm on the under 4.5 wins. I've been on the under all day. I don't know how they were going to get to 6 to begin with. Now how are they getting to 5? I don't see it. I don't even know if they'll beat Mississippi State on the road, but more power to them. I think they will. I think Mississippi State's absolutely terrible. But I'm still on the under, and especially at a plus 100, it's a bet you got to make. It's a plus 100. You got to make that bet. Trust. Arkansas's entire psyche is just fragile. They got position coaches jumping ship over the last 2 years. Running backs coach just left. They're losing every now. They have a nice additions in the transfer portal. I'll talk about it later today. So I understand the excitement that you think they're going to win 5 games. I'm at 4. It's a value bet. Remember, value bets are going to have a different percentage from everything else because value bets are always in the positive or the plus money. If you hit on a value bet, you doubled your money. It's important to understand that because if you only make the value bets, all you got to do is be above 50% and you're up. Because every single value bet is plus money. That's the way you need to look at it. That's the way we look at it in the UFC. That's the way we look at it here. That's how you make your money. Now, you can go out and bet all these locks heavy and win a lot more money. But you got to be more confident with them, right? You got to be careful. So, Arkansas, I'm still on the under, even though they reduced it a game. I just want to say congratulations to any MVP out there who bet the under at 5.5, because you definitely won your money. If you're an MVP and you watch the channel all off season and you made that bet, I appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with me. I appreciate you. Next team, Auburn. Auburn's at 7.5. I'm on the under. It's a lock, and I have it with 3 units. It's a minus 154. I really believe in the under for Auburn, 7.5. I have Auburn starting the season 4-0. Losing. 5, 6. Now they've won 6 games, and they lose. Now, some of you might say, Rico, you're crazy. I don't see Auburn losing to Kentucky or whatever, right? Because you listen to these talking heads in the offseason. Like, people start talking, Auburn can win 9 games. Auburn can win 9 games. Let's not forget, this is the same team that got blown out by New Mexico State. But when I assess talent, Auburn is a very good team. They are a very good team. They're the 34th best team in the nation, according to me. When I assess their talent, I am respecting Auburn completely. They're the 34th best team in the nation, 34th best team. That is good enough for 13th place in the SEC. The SEC is loaded when I look at the talent on these rosters and these teams. And Auburn, unfortunately for them, has to play. They're the 34th best team in the country. They don't get to play everybody below. They have to play everybody in front of them. And that's why I think Auburn's going to struggle. Okay? I have Auburn on the under 7.5. I think that if you look, Auburn's losing to Oklahoma, Georgia, Missouri, A&M, and Alabama. That's 5 right there. That already puts you at 7 wins. That number says 8. They need to beat one of those teams to get to 8. Once again, Oklahoma, Georgia, Missouri, A&M, and Alabama. They need to beat one of those teams to get to 8. And I got news for you. If you're sitting there going, yeah, they'll beat Oklahoma. I don't think you've assessed Oklahoma's roster, Oklahoma, for me, is 13th in the country. Like, Oklahoma's way in the hell up here. We're talking about Auburn. You think they're beating Oklahoma. And by the way, I'm not even counting the Kentucky game where I evaluate Kentucky to be better than all of them. And I know that sounds crazy because people believe in Tennessee. You can believe in Tennessee because you keep seeing shit on the internet. You're not looking at that roster. You're hearing everybody talk about Tennessee, preseason rankings and all this shit. But if you look at Vegas, Vegas is moving Tennessee to 8.5. They went from 9.5 to 8.5. If Tennessee wins 8 games, they are not in the top 25 at the end of the year. There is no team in the top 25 with 8 wins. Very few teams have 10 wins in the top 25. They won't even be ranked. And people aren't paying attention. Auburn won't be ranked. People don't understand how this really works. I'm on the under on Auburn. And heavy. 3 units minus 154. By the way, all the green you see, those are the bets I actually make with my own money. Every green you see, I've posted the prop bet on the Discord server for you guys to see. I'm pulling it up now. These are the prop bets. If you go to the prop channel, right here, MVP prop channel, these are all the prop bets that I'm making with my own money. So when you see a prop bet and it says Washington or Northwestern, and you want to know, I put a unit, I put 2 units, 3 units. These are the actual bets I made, and they will coincide with the green you see on the chart. Just so you guys are aware. Okay? If that helps. That being said, Auburn under 3 units. Florida under. It's 4.5 wins now. We were right when we said 5.5 wins, and I told you they're getting under. Now it's 4.5, and I'm still on the under, but it's a value bet. Pace yourself. It's a value bet. Looking at Florida, I hear people talking. Steve Spurrier just said Florida's going to win, I think he said 7 and 9 games, something crazy like that. They're going to finish somewhere. He said they're going to finish somewhere in 6th or 7th place in the SEC. 33rd best team in the country, if you ask me. And I think they lose to Miami week 1. And the world's going to be mad at me for saying that. But that's the truth. I wouldn't bet on it. That's not a game worth betting on. You don't. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm telling you Miami's winning that game. But you don't go bet on it, right? You just leave it alone. It doesn't matter how you feel about these games. I feel like Florida's losing both these games to A&M and Miami. And I know they're at home. I know they're in the swamp. Rico, you're crazy. We're going to be 4-0. Okay, bro. 2-2. I have them losing to UCF in the swamp again. I just don't believe in Florida, man. You do you, bro. It doesn't matter what they do. They're going to lose all these games down here. They're going to lose all these. I actually have Florida. I don't think very highly of LSU. Like, I don't think LSU is the 13th best team in the country. Where do I have them? 31? I have LSU. I mean, you lose. There's LSU. 31. You lose a star quarterback, a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. You lose 2 NFL first-round wide receivers. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know. Defense is absolutely dog shit. I don't know what we're doing. I don't believe in LSU. So, Florida, yeah, I have them at 4 wins. I know their schedule. You guys think they're going to win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, I know the math you guys are doing. Oh, Florida's winning 6 games. We could take the over. There's a reason Vegas put it at 4.5. And the under's value bet. Looks like a good value bet to make. Georgia, I'm on the over. 10.5 wins. I believe in Georgia. It's simple as that. I just believe in their consistency. They do have a difficult schedule. They do. They have some teams that are going to be tough to beat, like Ole Miss, Texas, Alabama, Clemson. Like, they're getting pressured. They're getting as challenged as you're going to be. As challenged as you can be. Good luck. I'm on the over. It's not a bet you need to make. Kentucky. I'm on the over. And I was right when I said the over, because you see it here. It is now minus 122. When I said the over, it was a value bet. It's now 122, minus 122. I don't know if you can take that bet anymore. I made the bet when it was at plus 120. I knew it. I evaluated the roster. I believe in Kentucky. I think they win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm on 8 wins for Kentucky. Like, I'm on a whole nother wavelength. 8 wins for Kentucky. They only need to get to 7. If you don't think they're beating whoever, that's on you. You can say, oh, well, Kentucky's only going to win 6 games. They're only going to win 5 games. You can say whatever you want. I'm on Kentucky, and it's a value bet. I'm on them to win at least 7 games. And I got it at plus 120, which I'll take. It's a value bet. LSU. Underwhelming. But I think they beat USC. I think they beat Nichols. I think they beat South Carolina and UCLA. Wait, not South Carolina. Let's not talk crazy. Not South Carolina. I got South Carolina ahead of LSU. Rico, you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, Rico. Okay. That's where I'm at, bro. Deal with it. I have LSU under 9.5. And what you guys need to understand is I was on this early, and I told you LSU is under 9.5. And I said 3 units, and it's a lock. And look what Vegas has done since then. They've now made it a minus 220. Everybody, the sharp money is on LSU under 9.5. You better ask somebody. The sharp money is on LSU under 9.5. And it flipped that damn odds from minus 130 to minus 220. I hope you got on it, MVPs, when I told you do it for 3 units. I hope the video was enthusiastic enough for you. I really believe it. Under 3 units. It's still a bet worth making, but it's now minus 220. So, like I said, it's pretty crazy to see odds at minus 200 and shit on a futures bet. It hurts, but it's good. That means, there's nothing future about it. It's happening. It's present. Mississippi State, I'm on the under. I was at it at 134. It's now minus 148. I told you 3 units. I don't think Mississippi State wins 5 games. I understand they start the season with these 3 cupcakes, if you will. You think they're cupcakes because you're in the SEC and you're Mississippi State. Bro, watch them lose at Arizona State. Just watch them lose at Arizona State. I'm going to be laughing. Watch them lose to Toledo. I'm going to be like, I think Mississippi State's in trouble, y'all. I think the cupboard's bare, and they need to figure it out, and it's going to look bad. But they're obviously going to lose in SEC play. I don't think they're better than Florida, Texas, Georgia, A&M. I actually don't think they're better than Arkansas. Real talk. And then you got them beating UMass, losing Tennessee, losing Missouri, losing Ole Miss. So the only wins they have are UMass, Toledo, Arizona State, and Eastern Kentucky. That's 4 wins, guys. And I don't even know if they can do that win. But that's 4 wins, and they can't beat anybody else in the SEC. So it's obvious. They're on the under, and it's 3 units. They can't. And I think they might lose one of those. And if you think they're winning a game in the SEC, you haven't looked at their roster. It's bad. It's bad at Mississippi State. Missouri, not a bet you need to make, but I'm on the over. 9.5 wins. It's a value bet. It's at plus 146. I think Missouri wins 10 games. I'm on the over. They start off 4-0. I actually like Missouri 2 weeks to prepare for A&M. Missouri wins that game. Wins. Now they got an Alabama game they don't win. They got an Oklahoma game they probably don't win. And then they win the rest. That gets them to 10. I see them, the potential to lose here. There's only 3 games they could possibly lose. A&M, Alabama, Oklahoma. Only 3 games they can possibly lose. And I'm saying they're going to win one of those games for a value bet. So if you had to bet on Missouri to pull out an upset, and they got 3 chances to do it, and you're getting plus 146 money on that, I'll take that every day. I'll take that every day. Putting plus 146 on a team like Missouri that I know is a quality team, quality coach, quality of players. I like the over on Missouri. I hope you got on it early, but it's there. Oklahoma, I'm on the over. It's a lean. I'm on the over 7.5. I really like Oklahoma. Now, I understand they have a daunting schedule, but I really like Oklahoma. I think they can beat all these teams. I really do. I think they can go 5-0, 2 weeks to prepare for Texas, 6 wins, 7 wins, and now we need an 8th win. We need an 8th win, and I think they can beat LSU. I told you I don't like LSU at all. So it just feels like if they can get to 8, it's gonna be tough, but I believe in it. I think Oklahoma gets to 8 wins, and it's a 1-unit lean. Ole Miss, I told you, I'm on the over, and I'm heavy. 3 units on the over. The odds are getting worse. I don't know why. I don't care. I'm on it, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins in a row before I start getting worried, but I still got 8, 9, 10, 11. I got them winning 11 games, bro. I got them only losing to Georgia. Call it what you want. Lane Kiffin, get your shit together, bro. I'm with you till the end. I like Ole Miss. 3 units to get to 10 wins. Heavy, bro. I'm on Ole Miss heavy. Real believe in them wholeheartedly. South Carolina, my one of 2 flips I have in the SEC. I'm flipping to the under. It's a value bet now. The odds changed. This is what's inspiring this flip. I'm on the under. I also think that they have a daunting schedule. So I'm looking at South Carolina winning 5 games. That's what I got them at. 1, 2, 3, 4, and getting 1 upset out there. So they upset 1 team. Outside of that, I'm on 5. I don't think they get to 6. So once again, I have them winning, beating Old Dominion, beating Akron, beating Vandy, beating Walford. That's 4. And then I have them winning 1 of these games against all their ranked opponents. And that gets you to 5. Maybe they beat Kentucky. That's 5. But I don't think they beat LSU. I don't think – and I have them – maybe they beat LSU and don't beat Kentucky. I have it flipped that way. That's how I actually have it. Like, you see this 13 here? This 13 got everybody gassed. Like, oh, my God, LSU's a ranked team. That's just a preseason ranking. I don't give a shit about that, personally. I really put no value into that. I look at rosters and talent, and I just feel like they'll beat LSU but lose to Kentucky. Either way, they're going to split with these 2 teams. So I got 1, 2, 3 wins at the beginning of the season, 3 out of 4, and then lose. 4th win, 5th win, and then we're stuck. So I don't see them beating Missouri or Clemson. So I got them at 5 wins. That's the under, and that's positive money. I think it's a bet you should make. I flipped. I think it's a bet you should make, though. Tennessee, they were at 9.5. I'm on the under. They moved down to 8.5. Am I still on the under? That's the question. And the answer is yes. Only because it's a value bet now. It's a value bet at 140 on the under. Remember, I get credit for the 9.5. If you made that bet, congratulations, because I don't think they're getting to 10 wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guaranteed wins. 7 guaranteed wins for Tennessee. I actually don't have them beating NC State. Sounds crazy because Tennessee dominated the ACC last year. Maybe they do. That gets you to 8 wins. They need to find another one. And the other one you're hoping for is the Kentucky win. I know Tennessee fans are on it, so they're probably on the over at 8.5. They're probably at the over on the 8. They're still not getting a 9.5. Now that the books are at 8.5, I understand if you don't want to make the 140 bet. I understand. I don't care. Texas, 10.5. I'm on the over. They're losing odds. They lost. The odds went a little different, and this is a value bet. But I feel like, yes, they lose their starting running back. And if there's anything Texas can lose, is their starting running back. They have very good running backs. Jaden Blue is a beast. I still believe in Texas as in their totality. I believe in their coaching. Quinn Ewers is back. People forget having a senior quarterback, a multi-year starting quarterback, a returning starting quarterback, any of that stuff, bro. You're on it. You're going to be great. It's just the way it works. It's the way it works in college football. Who won the national title and who was he playing against? Multi-year starting quarterbacks. That's what it is. That's who does it. So Quinn Ewers does nothing too flashy, nothing too great, but he's got a hell of a team and great coaching. I like Texas. The over here is plus 144 money now, and are they going to win 11 games? That means they only lose to Georgia, and they got to beat everybody else. It's a very daunting schedule, by the way. Texas has a tough schedule. But we'll see what's up. They got to beat Michigan on the road. They got to beat Oklahoma, something they didn't do last year. And then they got to beat A&M at the end of the year. All to get to the over. It's going to be tough. It's a value bet. Last team is A&M. I flipped to the over. Initially reviewing A&M, I thought they were – I still don't like their quarterback, right? Connor Wegman doesn't move me like that. But I know their coach. I know who they are. I know what I like about A&M. And after reviewing the talent on this team, I really respect them. I have them at 14th or 15th in the country. And just looking at that alone, I think they're going to beat Notre Dame. You have Notre Dame 7th in the polls, A&M something else in the polls. But Vegas just said, oh, no, A&M's the favorite. Vegas doesn't care about no rankings. They're looking at the players. They're looking at the talent. And I'm going, yeah, man, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm on some other shit. Give me A&M to beat Notre Dame, and then they run the table for a while till they run to Missouri. I have them losing to Missouri. They could beat them. They're at home, but I have them losing there. Have them beating Mississippi State. So I literally have A&M like winning 10 games, 9 at worst. And you look at the sports book and they have it at 8.5. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on the over. I'm on the over, and I'm 2 units on the over, minus 132. So all in all, dominated the SEC. I hope you guys get your futures bets in. Don't spend too much on them, because obviously you can bet every single week on the games and get it a little more refined and get it accurate. Like once the rails fall off on these, right? If you get the prediction wrong because of an injury or something, I mean, there's no going back. You put it in, you missed. But I've spent at least 30, 40 units on futures bets. I have the luxury to do that. Please manage your units wisely. I would tell you guys the greatest advice I can give you is diversify and manage units wisely. Like, don't be too dependent on a game. I'll have a guy write me and be like, I lost $300 on this game, Rico. And I have no earthly idea what that means. Like, I don't know what $300 is to you or what it is to me, because we don't talk in dollars. I need to know how many units that is. And then if I find out it's 30 units because you only have $1,000 to your name until your next paycheck, you are not a gambler. You're a fool. You don't know what you're doing. 1 unit, 1% of your bankroll. Please, if you have $10,000 to your bankroll, please, 1 unit, $100. You need to be able to miss 100 times before you're out of this game. If you go 0 for 10 on a weekend, it sucks. But if you go 0 for 10 on a weekend, that should be 10% of your bankroll. You should have missed 10 units, and that's it. So if you got $1,000 to your name, please make $10 bets. And just take your time till you get to $1,100. And then make $11 bets. $1,200, $12 bets. Just pace yourself 1% at a time. And you'll be here all year. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Good luck in the SEC, y'all. See you guys on the podcast.